Hello everybody, well welcome back to another video on my channel. I haven't posted for the week, so I'm going to post this week, maybe a lot, maybe a little, I don't know. But I'm here to talk about a love that's been in my life for a while, Star Trek. I've been watching Star Trek ever since I was two. Ever since I was 2-year-old, and my mom introduced me to the series. I never dropped it. I never gave up on Star Trek. I mean, there's like one bad series named Enterprise, and I'm not going to talk about that series. The series I've really got into is Star Trek The Next Generation. The Next Generation is the one after the original. That's my favorite team. I'll show y'all guys what I'm talking about. If y'all don't know what Star Trek is, I have to explain this to y'all. Star Trek is pretty much it's kind of like a Navy fleet in space, and they pretty much go and explore the space and all that, and they go and find new alien beings and stuff in space. They their thing is the boldly go where no man has gone before. That's pretty much their biggest liner. If anybody knows Live Long and Prosper from Spock and all that, Captain Kirk. We got Picard played by Patrick Stewart, who plays Xavier in X-Men. He plays a lot of characters that people love. Patrick Stewart is the actor that played a lot of characters that people actually like. Movies and TV shows. My favorite role that he did is Picard, because he actually can pull it off. Picard never looked young. They never depict him as a young man, Picard. They never showed him off when he was like young and had like hair like mine. He was always gray hair. Had like no hair on the top and had like a few gray hairs on the sides. And that's Picard. They never ever, like, I was actually surprised they'll never show that in the series. A young Picard. I don't know why they don't do that, but they will not for some reason. They don't want us to know what Picard looked like when he was younger. I don't know. I know he had a wife. He talked about that a lot. He had a wife once. It's kind of depressing what happens to her if you read a book about how she dies. We're not going to talk about that. The way she dies is pretty fucked up overall. So, why do I like Star Trek so much? Oh, exploration. That's what I like about it. The exploration and the characters. I like Star Wars and Mess with the Next Guy, but too much action can really be like, to me, like, okay, like, you're just gonna kill a whole race and not tell us what about them? Yeah, that's the thing about Star Wars to me. Like, you kill a whole race and they don't tell us why you killed the whole race. I mean, I like Star Wars, but really? I mean, Star Trek, at least they explain why they're attacking the race. Or why they're having war with the race. Klingons will explain why they hate Romulans, or you know the rest. Like, any species in Star Trek will explain why they're fighting this species. They mostly want to make peace than freaking have war. Some Klingons, well, there's two different type of Klingons. There's peaceful Klingons, and there's people that just want to believe in the art of war Klingons. They just want to fight, kill, and destroy everything the Federation has done. They hate the Federation. While the peaceful Klingons like the Federation. Which is kind of an awkward story. There was actually a Klingon war. Klingons fought Klingons over that. It was really retarded. It happened in the Next Generation for a few episodes. They were fighting each other. It was really interesting. Then the Romulans came, then the Borg. The Borg. I'll explain who the Borg are later in this series, but Star Trek is just my favorite series of all time. It will never ever get out of my heart. It will always be here. I will be a Trekkie till the day I die. There's no doubt about that. I will like Star Trek ever until the day I die, because Star Trek is Star Trek to me. I can rewatch it multiple times and still like it. I never got bored of a Star Trek episode. Never. I mean, some people get bored by it because it's slow paced sometimes and stuff like that. And it's more of your brains thinking about what you can. It's supposed to make your brain bigger. It's not supposed to be like Star Wars where you just watch it for a whole hour or whatever the heck it is. And then that's what you get out of it. Because Star Trek made me think about a lot of things about human nature and stuff. It kind of is like a teaching thing. It's like a teaching show, which I really do love about that show too. It'll teach you things that humans do that would nag other species, or nag other species out there in space, which is kind of interesting if you think about it, that we as humans right now are supposedly the most peaceful time because we have no war, we have no whatever, but we're in other people's wars. That's what the United States does. The United States goes to other people's wars and they fight for them. Why? Because they decide to. I don't get it, but they do it. I don't understand why people fight other people's wars and do stuff for people when they don't have to, which can cause another world war, which I don't need, which no one does it, which people call end of the war, end of the world. World War III is end of the world, supposedly. I don't believe that. That's some people's theories, and I don't believe that. I really don't. I believe that it would be fucking crazy, because if somebody tried to drop a nuclear bomb on the whole world, on one part of the world blew up. Because they're retarded. If they try to block all the... Everybody knows what the dead hand means in Russian. That means if we have to fire all our nuclear bombs, we will. That's the problem with this. This is the problem with the world today. Star Trek could help people out, but people don't watch. Some people don't watch it because they think it's just for nerds. Well, I'm a nerd. I don't care. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I like watching Star Trek instead of watching Star Wars sometimes. I like Star Wars, but I need something to make me think about things, not just something that makes me be like, yeah, I like that. That was cool. That was okay. Yeah. No, I need something that makes you think about things. And that new movie, I actually do like the new movie series, but it's not all that. It's good, but it's not all that. I mean, the acting is good. I like the people that play Kirk and Spock, and the characters. And they do take from some novels. I've noticed they take from some novels. Like Kirk is that guy that he's with all the ladies in space. You know, that's the way he's supposed to be shown. But they couldn't show that on TV back then in the '60s, because the '60s we can't show stuff like that. It's too hot for TV. A kiss is too hot for TV, supposedly. Back then, now we have sex showing on TV all the time for some reason. It's like, oh, next channel you change, somebody's having a sex scene. Wow, that's what you'd be like, and then keep changing the channel because it's retarded. That you flip the channel and then boom, there's a sex scene, and boom, boom, every movie has one almost. Even the new Star Trek movie had one. It was kind of funny. But yeah, I'll see all my Trekkies later.